Two wide receivers on the 49ers want to wear number 11 next season, but only one can.
A day after Kendrick Bourne wondered if he should request a number change, 49ers first-round pick Brandon Aiyuk seems to be making a move for it.
Aiyuk, the number 25 overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, posted a photoshopped image of himself in a 49ers uniform, and he's donning the number 11.
The number now is available after the 49ers traded veteran Marquise Goodwin to the Philadelphia Eagles on Saturday.
49ers Insider Podcast. Listen to the latest episode.
While Bourne wore number 11 during his college days at Eastern Washington, Aiyuk wore number 2 at Arizona State.
So which 49ers wideout should get the number?
It's a tough call. Bourne is the veteran, with 3 years of NFL experience under his belt. But Aiyuk is the prized first-round draft pick.
Related, Hurd cleared, ramping up rehab.
Recent history would suggest that Aiyuk will get the number. In 2018, the 49ers gave newly drafted wide receivers Dante Pettis and Richie James numbers in the teens. Last year, Deebo Samuel and Jalen Hurd were given number 19 and number 14 respectively.
If the trend continues, Aiyuk will get number 11.
3 days, 7 rounds, 255 total picks. The 2020 NFL Draft was a wild ride, and the unprecedented circumstances actually seemed to enhance the overall event. A record number of viewers tuned in to the broadcast, and they were treated to a different kind of perspective.
Picturesque mansions, dogs in captain's chairs, a glimpse into when trades fall through. It was truly a one-of-a-kind viewership experience, well, that is, unless this becomes the norm.
Now that the draft has been completed and draft classes have been analyzed, teams can start moving forward with what should be nearly finalized rosters. Before we look forward, though, a look back on a few notes and numbers from the record-setting draft weekend that was.
Despite the vast majority of team personnel being stuck at home, there wasn't a significant drop-off in draft day transactions between teams. In total, 29 trades were completed during the draft, and the 49ers were as busy as anyone. San Francisco was involved in 5 trades, tied for the most along with the New England Patriots and Miami Dolphins.
In fact, the 49ers didn't use any of their own original draft selections. Every single one they used to pick a player was acquired in a trade.
The Southeastern Conference, once again, produced far more draft picks than any other, with 63 in total. A record 15 SEC players were drafted in the first round, including 6 of the first 10 overall picks. The 49ers contributed to that record with the selection of South Carolina defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw with the number 14 overall pick.
18 offensive players were drafted in the first round, falling one short of the record set in 1968, 2004 and 2009. New 49ers wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk was one of those 18 after San Francisco traded up to the number 25 overall pick to select him.
The 2020 draft was hyped as having perhaps the best receiver class of all time, and it lived up to its billing. 13 wide receivers were picked in the first 2 rounds, including 8 within the first 35 selections, both of which are new records. Aiyuk was the 6th and final receiver drafted in the first round.
Related, how 49ers depth chart looks after NFL draft, free agency.
The receiver prospects didn't only offer quality, there was ample quantity, too. 36 receivers were selected in total, tying the record set in 2003 for most in a 7-round draft. Jawan Jennings, whom the 49ers picked in the 7th round, was the 33rd receiver to be selected.
49ers Insider Podcast, listen to the latest episode.
Ready for some throwback photos of the 49ers before they were members of the franchise?
Of course you are.
Without further ado,
let's unpack all of this beginning with Richard Sherman. Top left.
Sherman was drafted in 2011 out of Stanford where he excelled not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. He graduated from the school in 2006 with a 4.2 GPA earning salutatorian honors.
George Kittle has grown up quite a bit since his Iowa days. Top right. He'll still stop by his old stomping grounds and make cameos of course, just as he did last season during the 49ers bye week.
Kittle has grown a lot since those days, and so has his hair.
49ers coach Kyle Shanahan in football pads?
Yep.
He played for 2 seasons as a wide receiver for the Texas Longhorns, accumulating 127 receiving yards without a score. He wanted to coach.
You know the rest of the story.
And then there's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Related, Deion Sanders says John Lynch, Shanahan combo, tremendous.
He looks exactly the same from his time at Eastern Illinois University.
Some just age better than others, or not at all.